I am towards the end of the game, by the way. Like, this is like, I don't know. I would say like I have like what, like 6, 7, 8 hours maybe left.
Right. I was.
Drew at least hams it up and it's funny sometimes. Yeah.
You seem distressed.
Oh yeah, like Drew's like meltdowns after not getting picked for reward is funny. What makes you think Sarah Wade production like Sarah Wade? Jeff specifically said at the time of 44 that Sarah Wade is someone that like he really likes and he could see her being brought back. Like he says on the On Fire podcast how much he likes Sarah Wade. Thoughts on Jasmine and Keefla's run? Jasmine I thought had a great run, like TV wise. I think this might be like Jasmine's like most entertaining season. I think this also might be Jasmine's like most impressive season socially, for whatever that's worth. In terms of like, it seemed like she was like pretty well protected by a lot of the house. In terms of Keefla's a likable guy. Like I have nothing against Keefla. He's also not like the most riveting TV in the world, but he's not bad either. I wouldn't be opposed to seeing him back. Thoughts on Tola's question to Bailey? I don't even remember what the question is, but Tola was super bitter though, which like I don't even understand. Like I mean I do, but like it's also dumb though. Like I get that he's bitter in the sense that like Anthony voted for me, but like who fucking cares? You were going home anyway. Oh, question was about why Anthony should lose. Yeah, I mean, what's there to really say about that? But we didn't talk about Big Brother. We got Big Brother premiere date. Oh, by the way, I did see this, Kyle and Daniel hanging out, which thank God. Yeah, Big Brother's starting late this year. It's starting like 1 to 2 weeks later than normal. Is it confirmed live movement? I thought it wasn't confirmed live movement. It's a 2-day, like it's a 2-episode like premiere week, right? We have like Wednesday and Thursday. Oh, did Julie say? I haven't even seen an interview with Julie. Oh, I'm sorry. I think Tola definitely was like made bitter by the women in the house. To be fair, he did leave like being pro Bailey anyway, but like I think like, you have his like exit press where like by his exit press he still had Anthony #1 as like the person he would vote for. But like Bailey was like the #1 of all the women, and it's like obviously that very much turned in the jury, and I think there's obviously a reason for that.
Have something to do with Arena.
Then, from the sounds of
could BB26 be a night 1 eviction? Hopefully fucking not.
kidnapped her.
We have to save her. Let's go find her before.
I mean, I don't know if that's like indicative of a live move-in, as in like just saying it'll happen on that day. I don't know. That doesn't scream like I would not expect it to be a live move-in personally. I think it's a very strange thing to do to have 2 episodes in a row. If it's a live move-in, because like if you have a live move-in day 1, then like what is the second episode going to be? Like you're not gonna be able to fucking like edit together a full episode in that time. And like how like would they just like make it another like live episode, but like a live episode like with a full day of stuff that we're just not gonna see in between? Like that's very strange. I think BB Can 12 is still decent. Behind season 3, I think there's much worse than season 3. Yeah, Tolo's opinion on Victoria coming in the house. I don't know if it was necessary. Well, actually, I guess like did Tola do his exit press from the jury house? So maybe it was when Victoria came in. Rank Victoria's 3 big moves. Oh wait, we're talking about Veronica from I've read that as Victoria and thought it was Spicy B. We're talking about Veronica on the challenge. Yeah, that was insane, by the way. That was actually genuinely insane. The fact that Nicole picks Veronica and then like Veronica just like says a couple things to her and Nicole's like, oh nope, I'm picking Jasmine. Lasts for 6 turns. Okay.
Better jot that down.
Total rank the guys first. Yeah. I believe his ranking was it Anthony, Todd, Bailey, Lexus, Victoria. Is that what? Actually, that's also the thing. He was super bitter at Victoria, right? Like, why did he get convinced by Victoria? When like he was super bitter against Victoria. Like, that's actually really stupid, actually, in retrospect. But that's Tola for you. I'll be like, I think Tola is not the most strategically minded person in the world. Where I think when it comes to like Big Brother, I think he's not that smart. Yeah, I don't know how he is in real life and like how all that stuff, but like I think when specifically we're talking about like the game of Big Brother and how he views the game, I think he sees it in a very shallow way. Taught on player ranking. I've actually already recorded that. Actually, this is something I did to. So, like last night, I recorded the player ranking up to number 4. Well, like up through number 5, and then I got caught up on everything up to the final 4 on the review. To where, yeah, like I already know where Todd in. Like, so Todd, I think I landed at number 8. I did very much debate him and Tola though. Where like for me it's like the main decision maker ended up being the fact that like Todd was gonna go week 4 and got saved by a twist.
What would you like to do?
Where if it wasn't for that, I would have had him above Tola.
Which persona will you choose? Are you finished?
But I didn't.
This place.
In what world did Anthony think that Victoria, Avery, Caleb would vote for? I think he thought he would get hot chocolate. Which again, he was wrong. It's a massive misread from him. But I think he genuinely thought that hot chocolate would always vote for like the other black player at the end. Like I think that's why he cut Lexus, because he assumed that okay, well if Lexus is there, then because Victoria is bitter, she's gonna get hot chocolate to vote for Lexus. But without Lexus there, they're forced to vote for me, which is like such a misread.
What would you like to do? Do you wish to perform a fusion? Which persona will you choose?
Let's see. What is that? Level 56? Oh, that's a downgrade.
Is this persona?
Wait, no, I don't want that in this one. Not this.
Please wait just a moment.
Apparently Anthony was so devastated he didn't want to do photos or interviews after. Really? Is that the case? I thought I saw, what's his name? Isaiah from like RHP, and then is it Silent Podcast he does? He has a picture with Anthony, doesn't he? I'm pretty sure I saw that on Twitter right before I started streaming. Let's see. Yeah, he has a picture of Anthony, so yeah, I don't think that's true then. Anthony's Tactica era. Very random, but is Dre number 4 in the BBCam 5 player ranking? Maybe? I'm not sure. She's high. I don't know, 4. I think it will be a debate there of like, okay, will William be higher? William got kind of screwed out of the game. Even like Dylan, I think you could like make an argument. And even like Bruno, I think you can make an argument, but I don't know. I think she is a like good player considering.
Are you finished?
Like the context of the season.
Will you choose? What would you like to do?
I don't know, 4 exactly. Dylan's on the bonding target. Dylan led the charge in getting Dre out. But again, you can definitely debate if that was the right call. I guess that's actually probably the thing that makes it more questionable. But I think an issue is the fact that I don't think he wins the jury though. Found the quote. He was having a hard time with photos and interviews, but did them regardless. Okay. Yeah. I mean, I feel like it's like a Paul BB 19 situation where like he's definitely going to be like a bit out of it. He's not going to be like particularly happy, but he's still probably going to do them, right? Todd's the worst penultimate juror. I would say, yeah, is he worse than Brittany? I'm not sure. Because Brittany definitely got saved by a lot of twists. But I feel like Brittany, again, had more win equity. Brittany probably wins if she gets to the end. We'll fucking keep the same crew. Kind of wish it would have been a Todrick situation in terms of like he just like left.
Be careful.
Number one here's Villains player ranking. Probably. I don't know. Would I do Party or would I do Russell? I'll probably do. Not sure actually.
Cover.
Persona.
I might do Russell.
All right, Joker. Nice hiding spot.
Now's the time. Let's go.
We'll do that one. Brittany goes home without the coup d'etat. Yeah, but obviously, but the thing with Todd is that his thing was so much earlier. Like Todd gets booted week 4. But also I'm trying to think of what other because Brittany's entire really BB Can 3 in general is a game that was so influenced by twists that it's very tough to properly gauge a lot of the gameplay on that season, especially for the people that were benefited by those twists. Oh wow, that does a lot of damage. Do that. But so again, I think Canada gets saved just or Canada. I think Todd gets saved just so much earlier than Brittany. It's the debate there because I think in general I think Brittany again had more win equity, did more in the game for what that's worth. Isn't it? Whatever. We'll do that. Yeah. I feel like she had more agency in the game. Even though I think Todd. Wow. Okay, that knocked me down. I think Todd had good moments. Because I think the jury perceiving Todd as someone that did absolutely nothing. That's not really true. Again, Todd led the charge against Kayla the first time around during the Movie Night Massacre. We saw him do pretty good work in pulling in Elijah right before Elijah went home. So he does good stuff. It's just that it never came to roost. It never led to it never had the opportunity to matter. But he did do good stuff at points, but he also did a lot of bad. So it's wait, I forgot what I was doing here. Oh, my entire goal is just to last a few turns. I completely forgot about that. Why am I trying to kill everybody then?
That's perfect. You'll be safe there.
So kill him. Adam Pike is so shocked Anthony made a blunder by taking Bailey. I mean, I think most people are shocked, right? Did anyone actually expect him? I don't know why you're is this still the same thing of the stream? Yeah, I don't know why you're posting this over and over again. I've seen it before. You thought Anthony had the game in the bag? I mean, I don't think he really does. I'm pretty sure Wilson reviews is real, right? Talked before. What Paul never entered the house in BB19? I mean, again, who the fuck knows? I do think Cody probably would have had control for the early game, or at least been in the majority alliance for the early game. I doubt it sticks. That's a rock paper scissors. I thought it was dumb. I think it's bad on I think the fact that she came off as really indecisive is really bad. The fact that she picks Q to be in the rock paper scissors is also really bad. just the general notion of like leaving it to rock paper scissors also really stupid. Which, by the way, that's the one takeaway from like I didn't even talk about like what happened on Fire Podcast because like it wasn't that notable of an episode. The one thing though was like Jeff fucking loved rock paper scissors. Obviously, fucking talking about, oh my god, we need to bring rock paper scissors back to Survivor. It's like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like it fucking just keeps on adding to the Jeff loving just like random shit, as in like literal randomness. I mean. No poll, Elena wins, obviously. Gotta love Elena. Best BB US player of all time. This is gonna BB Can 12 and I mean like to me it's not that like I get why you would vote Bailey over Anthony. I disagree with it. But like I at least get it. Again, like for me it would have been more egregious if it was Lexus beating Anthony. Like, I think that would have been the position where, like, I'll be like, okay, the jury just, like, you know, what the fuck are they doing? Like, I think Bailey being Anthony, again, like, I think Anthony played the better game and everything, but, like, I can see why they would vote Bailey, though. Considering, like, their, like, state of mind of, oh, I can't move. Yeah, that's the thing. It's like, yeah, I think it comes from the place of, like, we knew that Bailey was just, like the biggest jury hitter on the board for so long now. That the fact that, like, he has that misread, when, like, almost everyone's leaving the house talking about loving Bailey, it's like, well, yeah, that's partially his fault at that point. Or, again, if he took Lexus and lost, then I would say, okay, he lost, like, doing the best he could possibly do. Where it's like, at this point, it's like, okay, there's at least, like, something that you could say, okay, this is just dumb. Like, why'd you do that? Is he a fake ass little bitch? I mean, obviously. I mean, you didn't hear it on the show. I think is Survivor Spencer around anymore? I assume Survivor Spencer's gone. I don't think he was even around for 45, was he? Let's see. Yeah, he's been gone since 44. What travesty. Can't believe it. Horacio and Narisa in the Q&A, they apply for Amazing Race. Hopefully they make it on. That'd be cool. I don't know if they would be allowed, but I mean, like, obviously it is still it's still Paramount and everything, so maybe they'll make it on. It's not really worth doing, right? That's not really worth doing.
I'll cut them down.
Should watch Meme View calling everyone racist and sexist. I think I'm good. But yeah, I've never watched Meme View. Which again, like Meme View is like they actually like they are like Survivor Spencer, but like just making a joke of it, right? That's what Meme View is. He was actually funny, isn't it? More frustrating is a bitter jury, Avery and Lex. Wait, Avery and Victoria or Lex and Big Tom? Probably Avery and Victoria. Because yeah, I understand why Lex and Big Tom are bitter. And do I think it's hypocritical, especially for like Lex? Yeah, but I get it. Like I think it makes sense. While with Victoria, I think it like yeah, Avery, I think it's just like following whatever Victoria does. And when it comes to Victoria, I think it simply comes down to the fact that I think she's bitter at the fact that she's like got outplayed by the other All-Star. And I think that became very apparent during the jury roundtable, where like she had to openly say that he just didn't want to accept that I was the better All-Star, which is like, oh, that's what this is actually about then. To where, yeah, I think that's where the bitterness is emanating from. What is this? By being nominated. Oh, I did see this. Which, yeah, I mean, yeah, it's insane. like the record Anthony has in terms of like longest time without being nominated. Where like he never was genuinely nominated on either of his seasons. Like the only time he was nominated in
Excellent position, Fox.
BB Can 7 was that Final 3.
You're on a roll.
And the only time he was nominated this season was at Final 4 after the veto had been used.
Direct hit. Fox.
Like that is like a really, really insane thing to accomplish. They played 2 full seasons, getting to the final 2 twice, and like never was like properly nominated. And she cast Victoria's ass on her way out instead of blasting her. Yeah, probably.
Hang in there.
But I don't think it would have mattered that much either. No.
More enemies. What now?
100%. Yeah, he was the target at the Final 4, even though he wasn't nominated. But I still think the fact that like Bailey kept him off the block is like kind of insane though. Like I get it. I think it is probably the right call for her in that spot where again, I think you still should maintain your relationship with Anthony even though you don't really trust him and don't really want to actually go to the end with him. Like you should still at least attempt to like preserve that bond. It obviously in the case of what actually happens of
Now it's my turn.
like still allowing Anthony to think that you were loyal the entire time and want to take it to the end. Like I think it makes a lot of sense. But like still it's like allowing him to keep that record though is it's still kind of insane to think about. Why am I even doing this? Like I don't even need to do any of this at this point, right? Can I hit any of them?
That's perfect. You'll be safe
Oh.
there.
I'll do that. I think Anthony could stop V from being bitter, but somehow it makes his bad situation worse. I agree. Again, that's what I said at the time. Is that like, I think he should have played that differently in terms of like how he sent Victoria out. I don't think it would have mattered, but like I do think he should have like played more into like this is something I like need to do to like get redemption and that sort of bullshit. Like I think that's the story he should have sold more. And like yeah, you're just like too good of a player. Instead of like making it that like, oh, this is your fault, like you're the reason I'm doing it. Which again, I do actually believe that is the case. I do think this is a situation where like if she never did anything against him, I think he would have taken her to the end and lost against her. But because like she did do those things, I think that is the reason why he flipped. But again, don't sell it that way. Which again, like I think that at the end of the day, that is like probably still tied to his biggest flaws as players. I think he is like still too loyal, and too like hung up on loyalty. Even though again, like I still think from Victoria's perspective, it's very rich considering she wasn't loyal to anybody. That she's like really bitter over how like Anthony preaches loyalty. But I still think that is like
I just can't tell the difference.
More Anthony is a weirdly emotional player.
Turn out at school.
I don't know if I would like. Is it emotional? I think it's more so like I don't know if I would classify that as emotional.
Sounds like everyone got a crappy ending out of this, didn't they?
But it's more so like
I'm sure this hasn't
like
been
what
easy
is
for you.
important to you, I guess. I don't know. It's not like
You don't have to lie.
I don't know how to describe it. Because to me, like that's not emotional.
Blaming us for it. And you're the only one at school who they can.
Because it's not like based around logic.
Sorry.
But it is like
Sorry,
just a
Victoria.
different logic than what I would typically than what I would use as like someone that like really thinks about it like from a
If
like
it weren't for me.
like that actually like properly looks at this as just a game.
Area I know would never give up, no matter what we were facing.
Because it's not like a situation where
Carefree attitude of yours.
like he's like so upset necessarily that Victoria would go after
sorry,
him or like would do things against him that he turns on her. It's more so like he recognized that, oh, she's not being loyal to me, so like she would eventually take me out, and like that's the reason why he goes against her. So like it's kind of like a I don't know, it's still like based around game,
Coming back.
but
Remember?
it's not like it's like I don't know, it's just like a different like I wouldn't view it that way though. I don't know, it's kind of like hard to describe. Lex was so loyal to him, he cuts her at the very end. I mean, yeah. Which also, I think, like, also, like, from a jury perspective, I think this is something that Andy does pretty well, in BB15, of taking Gina Marie to the end and, like, preaching at the end that, like, see, I was loyal to somebody. I did deal Gina Marie at the very beginning. I was loyal. So, like, I think, like, that is something Anthony should have done here. Like, even, like, just to keep up the persona of him being loyal to her, at least he can clear, like, at least he could say that, like, hey, you say I wasn't loyal, I was loyal. I took Lexus to the end. Like, she was my true loyalty or whatever. Where like, with Bailey, it just really comes out of left field. And also, he sells it as if, like, yeah, I thought I could beat her. And, like, that, I think that makes it even worse when, like, the jury is so hung up on loyalty. But also, him, like, okay, while I agree with his, like, final speech and, like, his talking about how, like, oh, like, challenges don't matter, it's the social game and whatever. Like, even though I agree mostly with what he says there, also, not a good look to be, like, fully describing, like, Avery's HOH win. And saying that, like when he says, like, oh, pushing milkshakes, that's not what matters. It's like, well, okay, you didn't need to, like, actually, like, like, fully say a specific jury member's actual HOH win as something that doesn't matter. I'm probably not gonna do this shut the fuck up thing. I'm not that angry, I think it's the thing. Like, I've already talked about, actually, Avery and Victoria's bitterness in the video. And, like, I do, like, talk about how, like, hypocritical it is, but, like, I'm not that angry.
You promised your mom, didn't you? To call that a mistake would be... Just don't say you want to run from it all.
Because, like, when it came to, like, watching BB25 with Jag, when he said, like, the thing at the end that I showed that I could play the game of loyalty, I literally just audibly said, shut the fuck up, like, like, in real time. Through this, I was like, okay, yeah, well, this is kind of dumb. Yeah, actually, that was also the thing. I noted that too. I'm going to talk about that in the review. It's also really funny. Yeah, like, he does say that, like, challenges don't matter, and then he proceeds to say, I won the last 2 challenges to take me here. It's like, what the fuck are you talking about? Yeah, that was really bad. Like, as a whole, like, I think he did better. Like, I literally rewatched his BB Can 7 final jury performance, and I think he did better this time around. It still wasn't good. Like, that good. But I think he did better. Yeah, I thought Circle was good. I was surprised by the winner, but not, like, disappointed. I didn't really, but, like, really, I didn't care who won. I've been fine with any of these people winning. But again, I fully thought Kyle was winning. I did, like, fully think Kyle was winning. So, and the fact that he didn't win, again, that's cool. I don't really care either way. Again, at least it led to a bit of a surprise there. Yeah, I already talked a lot about the format earlier, but I would say a questionable move for Olivia to be taking out Miles, right? Not necessarily a bad move, but, like, one where, like, it's funny how, like, it seemed like their, like, entire rationale was like, QT is such a big threat and I want to weaken that, so I'm gonna, like, take out Miles, which, like, I think at the end of the day it works out, because, like, obviously Miles is someone that probably would have rated QT highly. But I feel like the rationale they described on the show was a bit weird.
Sorry for the trouble.
Also, like, QT, like, also I found it weird that, like, didn't Olivia put QT 1? Like, so it's like, what are you doing? Like, I don't know if it was, like, a situation where, like, they thought, okay, everyone else is gonna rate QT last, so I'll rate QT 1. But, like, if you really are trying to win the game and play this, like, strategic game, then it's like, why are you putting QT 1? Like, that felt strange to me.
After all, we're the ones who pushed you to go.
Made sure runs for our All-Star retrospect and drop shut the fuck up.
I know it'd be unfair
What,
to
twice?
say we know how you feel.
Why Ben vote for Kenzie? Split vote.
You were just pushing for what
It's
you
always a
was
split
right,
vote.
weren't you? No one
I would say I was surprised it was Ben specifically that did it, because, like, obviously we got this, like, content around, like, her helping him through his panic attack, and you would think that, like, he, like, openly wouldn't want to vote for Kenzie, but I don't know, I guess he did. But yeah, I think it's clearly a split vote.
The girl from your past. We just don't want to see them as
Hey, whenever there's, like, one random vote going somewhere, just always assume it's a split vote. Like that's just the rule of thumb. Like it's more than likely a split vote. In the case of Shauna Dart, because I don't think they thought she had the idol.
I take a stand, I falter, then I get discouraged, and you all come to
Everyone got first by somebody, yeah.
Only for me to falter
But like
again.
why? Yeah, but like why Olivia put QT first? That's my question. Is Bailey top 10 BB Kim player? Probably, yeah. I talked about this last stream that like I think she's better than Sarah, right? I think Sarah probably has more potential. But I think Bailey played a better game than Sarah. I'll probably put her above Sarah. Sarah's in my top 10. So. I think that's about it, though. I don't think she would make it much higher than that, but I think that's about right. Why did they just straight up vote Kenzie over Venus? What a question. I don't know. Actually, in retrospect, that is actually kind of like obviously like it seemed like on the island she had this perception of being someone that was just like so untrustworthy that like she would just like rat out anything you would tell her, and I guess they wanted to get rid of like that presence. But yeah, it is kind of insane though. Yeah, they take out Venus over Kenzie.
Breaking my promise with my mother. If I ever make a fool of myself again.
Yeah, obviously, yeah. Like Ben was like, you know what, Kenzie helped me through Panic Attack. Let's vote her out. I'm gonna be the only vote to vote her out here.
Well, there you have it.
Oh yeah, most people can winners suck. So again, when Bailey, again, I think didn't play the best game of the season, but like it's still decent. And that's enough to put her pretty high on the winner ranking.
We need to go rescue Arena's stat.
BB winners never win against a white guy. Wow, holy shit! I never thought about that. Yeah, Jillian. Yeah, Jillian won against a black guy. Same thing with Sarah. Same thing with Bailey. That's very strange, actually. Actually, how many like black men have made it to the finals? It's like a ridiculous number, isn't it? Because like, now I'm thinking about it, like because like
it may just be my gut feeling.
What the last?
I can sense that
so like BB 9 and 11 both had black men winning. Josh made it to final 2 in BB 10. Anthony made the final 2 now. Anthony was finalist also in BB 7. Godfrey was and then Gary, like most seasons have a black guy making it to the end. I never thought about that. That's actually really insane that that's the case.